All right. Got back in to a server. Has just got a chance to see Ricochet pick up the belt and tie it up with that rocket frag. Now he's going to look to pick up this armor. Good timing. Oh, wow. Wow, that mid-air rocket was sick. Picks up the armor, wall dodges, catches Poly. I guess he was... I'm not sure why he was heading towards the armor location. It was already taken. Just momentary lapse of reason and just floats right into the rocket Ricochet. I mean, that was pretty sick right there. Zacubus, come highlight that.
Hey, what's up?
What's going down?
What up, man?
Much, having a beer, just chilling.
Nice. Pretty much doing the same. Watching Ricochet get gully. That freaking rocket was insane. Poly down to 1 health, though. Oh my god, how is he still alive? He's being aggro. Man, we saw him do this against the... Oh god, who was it? Started with an N, I think. Neeps? God, I'm horrible with names. Ooh, good guess on the combo. Just standing his ground at the armor. Pretty easy frag. Poly just walking into it. And Ricochet running laps, picking up all the important items, but narrowly dodges the flak U shot. Narrowly. Got Poly down to 29 HP, and he's going to wisely back off.
Ricochet's a long-time player.
Yeah, he used to play UT99. I'm not sure if he was like a dueler then, though. He's definitely an old UT head, though. As Poly, that's a good setup by him to get the belt. Backs into it, but loses a bit of it by a well-placed rocket for Ricochet. But he's got no armor to work with, so he's kind of content to take some pot shots and back off. But that combo actually took a great deal. I think it was a combo, unless Poly like shot himself or something as he was falling. Wasn't watching from his perspective, but lost a lot of health as Ricochet stacked up already. 150. Some well-placed combos, and the shock, it really rules the roost on this map. It's so easy to control the pickups, to control the weapons, control the map itself just by using combos to wall off choke points. As luckily Poly is able to escape. Good timing, picks up the armor. Down by 2, but still 2/3 of the map left, 10 minutes remaining. But a nice rocket from Ricochet. Takes a bunch of that stack off of Poly. He's down to 17 HP, but back up to 120 armor. This map is... I almost feel like some of the armor needs to be taken out of this map. It's just... I don't know, maybe that would make it too lopsided and too easy to control, but it just seems like everybody always has a stack on this map. Even if they don't have health, they just back off and get... but if you have... It's too easy, I think, for 2 passive players to just get a spawn and then they're immediately over 100 armor.
Oh, yeah. Back really quick.
I mean, maybe I'm just not seeing guys force the issue enough to where, okay, I got that kill, I got to make sure he doesn't spawn and get a free stack. You know, like go to those items. Man, early fight over the belt goes Ricochet's way. That rocket landed right on the shin bone of Poly and takes him out. Well, yeah, Castle, most maps do have most of the items as far as like a belt, pads, chest. I mean, there wasn't a helmet at 99, but for a map this small, I almost feel like you could take out either the pads or the helm, or maybe even both, and just have the armor and the belt to control. I don't know, maybe that's dumbing it down too much. Maybe I'm overreacting, but like I said, it just seems too easy for these guys to just restack. You see a lot of fights where both guys get really wounded, and then they just back off and restack. And that's why you have those low-scoring games. Of course, it's defensive to begin with. I think Gnome made a really good post on the forums about how the shock can control this map, how it's just so easy to... You see Ricochet doing it right there. Poly's hurt, but a nice shot there by the sniper actually opens the window for him to come out and get that armor. That's well played by him. But Ricochet had the advantage with the shock, with his positioning to contest and potentially get a frag off of Poly going for that armor. But Ricochet wisely retreating and going to get that belt. And it's a Matrix War on the bumper.
Wow.
Just desperately trying to get him. He's down to 5 HP, and Ricochet is in full retreat. Can't connect with the flak and gets health. He's down to 14 now. My goodness, Poly. You got him knocking on heaven's door. Or hell. I don't know. Maybe Ricochet has some demons in his closet. With good timing again, he picks up the armor, but pays dearly for it. That flak really hurt him, and you know, Poly had him cornered there, finishes him off. But see, look, Ricochet already on the spawn, back up to 20. I mean, that, you know, that's not a ton of armor, but the fact that these guys don't... I'd like to see a stat for this map for how long someone has any kind of armor. Like, what percentage of the time that the map was played. You know, almost like the time to live. It's like, how long were you armored, at least somewhat? It's... I feel like it's abnormally high on this map. Yeah, Xeno Psychosis, that the green crosshair is something that I made just for casting, for when you're watching from first person, because there is no crosshair. And I just picked green because I thought it would stand out better than the white default. So basically what I did was I just took a screenshot, isolated the crosshair, made the rest transparent, and then stuck it in OBS over what I'm watching so that you guys can see a crosshair. Obviously, it's always there. So, like, even if I go to camera mode or third person, you'll see it. But I feel like that's worth it because you kind of want it when you're watching from first person mode. So I don't actually see that in game. The Cafe, though, has talked about working on the custom crosshair stuff. I hope he really follows through on it. He's been doing a lot of mapping lately. But that would be something I think a lot of people would be appreciative of. But he mentioned something about how apparently... something with the way you have to do it, it takes a long time to actually get it in a build. I'm not sure exactly what he said, but...
Looks like Polymach is using slider a lot. Do you use that a lot when you play?
I honestly don't, or I hadn't, but with the speed gain you get from it, it's absolutely a viable tactic. And especially for... I actually found myself using it the most when I was playing ICTF, because you get that quick burst of speed when you, come off a dodge and you hit the slide. It's so good at cutting off angles, so you can string like a dodge into a wall dodge into a slide and get around a corner to where you're not going to get hit by that one-shot kill and insta-get.
Downward.
Actually, no, you can slide up slopes as well. That's another good point. It's like, it used to be, I think in UT99, one of the quickest ways you could get up a slope is to just hop a bunch. Hop, 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 and you'd go up faster. It's actually probably quicker to slide up a slope right now. That's probably the quickest way.
Not the next build.
They've taken that out? Ah, okay. That's the slide in general or just up slopes?
The speed increase. So, all over.
Okay, because it is very demonstrable, that speed increase, and I didn't realize it until I started using it more. Because I guess in some of the earlier builds, it wasn't as buffed or wasn't as powerful. So,
yeah, I liked it too, and they've removed it. But I've been screwed over so many times because I slid and then I couldn't move while I was sliding, and people predicted where I was going. So it was like there was the speed increase,
but
throws you off.
You
also were at the chance of getting hit easily. So.
Well, yeah, it's similar to the dodge in that respect, in that if people get used to it, they'll get used to the animation and the timing of it to be able to hit you after it finishes. Because that was always the thing with IG and dodging, is if you dodged, there's that little hitch right after a dodge, where you're like momentarily stationary, to where that's when people would hit you. That's why you don't see a lot of dodging in ICDF or Instagame in general. It's a lot of just strafing,
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the slide. People would kind of dial into that and be able to pick up a frag because they see the slide and they predict the trajectory of it and where you're going to land.
Yeah, but I can see why they wanted to remove it, because it just turned into everyone just dodge sliding to run around to get places faster, which,
they're on record. They don't want that. I mean, they even said that about dodging, whereas,
exactly,
dodging was used as a mode of transportation because it was faster than walking. that's part of the reason I think sprint is there. Kind of one of those things that, you know, hey, there needs to be something other than just having to dodge, double tap over and over and over to move at max speed.
That's the first thing you would see is, you know, new players in 2K3, 2K4, they would never dodge, and they would just get left behind everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, why are these guys moving so fast? Well, that's a big part of the game, especially in CTF, is learning the timing and how fast people can get to a certain spot. Like, even if you don't see them. This has gotten to be a really good game. While we were talking about that, it was tied. Now you actually got Poly back in the lead. About to hit the 2-minute warning. And he's stacked and recollecting a lot of these power-ups to keep him out of Ricochet's hands. So he may steal this one here. Ricochet looks like he's waiting for that helm to come up, but Poly can see when it's going to spawn. That telltale dial there, realizing it wasn't going to be up for a while. Ricochet forced to run away. As Poly's got to be careful. If Ricochet can get a shock, he could waltz into some serious damage here. But that sniper brings him down to half health. But oh, big mistake by Poly. Ricochet gets the belt. I think he was too much. He kind of had tunnel vision chasing Ricochet. Whoa! Look at that trade. It's a direct rocket and then followed by a flak response. And Poly's going to come out on top there with the Link secondary kill. And that puts him 2 ahead. But with a minute 15 roughly, Ricochet, he can still make a comeback. ASDF is so small. I've said this many times. I've seen the Snakesta. He actually did it to Numb. Got 3 frags in 45 seconds to come from behind and actually win it. He was down by 2. Got 2 to tie it, and then got a final one with like 10 seconds left. And
yeah, that was a good game. Is that the one you recorded?
Yeah. That was one of the ones I watched and posted because it was so close. Because actually, Numb made a huge comeback of his own. He was down by like 6 and made a big comeback, got the lead, and then right at the end, the Snakesta stole it from him.
Yeah, it was good.
That's a good question. I'm not really sure who Polymach is. I commented when I watched his first duel tonight that I hadn't seen him before.
30 seconds left.
And I'm kind of, I don't know, familiar with most of the guys, at least on the NA circuit, because that's what I'm normally watching. Yeah, this is actually the new spectator features that they added in the most recent build, where you've got like player health information.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, that was a nice shot there.
3, 2, 1.
The aerial sniper. That's tough because that's
Yeah.
when you're coming up the bumper, you got to swing your mouse down like to your point of jumping, and that's a quick move, and to hit that, I mean, that's a nice flick shot.
The new build's supposed to be out this weekend, or is it next week?